What's up YouTube? My name is James Morrissey and I'm a filmmaker photographer based in South Wales in the UK. Today's video we're going to look at my GH2 rig. It's not complete, there's still some things I've need to order and get. So this is the rig kind of so far. I recently put up a picture of a similar rig for the GH2 and I was asked if I could break it down. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to show you what I've got so far for my GH2 rig in 2020. So yeah, let's just crack on with it. First we have a customized kind of rail system base plate. If I take this apart, I can show you what I've got. So this bit here is made up of two pieces. We've got a universal kind of base plate. I've taken off the actual plate here, but the base is still attached to this rod, 50mm rod system here. Now, this is by a company called Magic Rig. All right, the cheapest one I could find on eBay, I think. I was looking at Nicey Rig and Small Rig, but I just thought, can I get cheaper? And this, it's very similar to the Nicey Rig and Small Rig. It's quite solid. It feels like a Nicey Rig or a Small Rig. Similar kind of thing. It's got all the 1/4, 20 kind of holes there, so you can customize how you want to put things on. But as you can see, I've managed to fit this universal base plate on the top here. So that's the start of my rig. And then obviously this attaches at the bottom to then attach to a tripod using this. So I've kept it the same base plate. So I think it's the Manfrotto 504 style base plate. I've kept all that the same throughout the rig. It's also the same as my Pocket 4K rig as well, so no matter what rig I've got or what tripod I've got or video head or whatever, I know that it'll fit onto any of the rigs because it's all got the same base plate. So make sure that it's tightened up. So there we have that. Now Next, I've got some carbon 50mm rod, two 50mm rods from Small Rig. Just show it to the camera. Pretty good. I had these left over. Some of this stuff is cannibalized stuff from other rigs. So I've managed to kind of knock this rig up. It's like a Frankenstein rig. So they just easily fit in to there. Slide them through. Got things to put on the front and back, so I need a bit of room on either side, but you can just adjust that anyway. Tighten these up. Just like so. Next, I'll show you what I've got the camera fitted in. So this is obviously the GH2. So this cage is a, what's the name of it now? It's a Small Rig, a Versa frame. It's like a universal cage. Apparently it can fit other Lumix cameras such as the G7s, G80s and whatnot. This, you can adjust the height to fit, top and bottom, and on the sides there you can move these handles back and forth along the base of the cage, and it attaches in the hot shoe at the top of the camera, so it is quite a snug. It's not going anywhere. It doesn't securely cover the camera, so there is room there to kind of smash the camera. So it's not a fully protected protecting cage of the camera, but you can, as you can see, add and attach whatever you want or need, and these do work as kind of nice handles, so that's pretty cool. I did buy this very small rig handle. This is the where is it? Yeah, this is the mini top handle, and it's pretty sturdy. There's not much. I think I've got quite big hands, so it's not much of a grip I'm getting, but it's mainly there to just pick up the rig in one and place it down again. I'm not really going to be carrying around everywhere like this. And it's a temporary kind of handle, so if I wanted to get a bigger one, there's plenty out there from Nicey Rig and Small Rig and other companies too. So, but for now, that'll do. It's quite a cool style. So, yeah, that's from Small Rig. This is Nicey. No, this is Small Rig 2 as well. The cage. My only complaint with this cage is it's not easy to get to the battery. As you'll see now, if I open the battery door, I can't really open that door that wide to get it out. So I got to slightly push down and then release the battery, and it does come out with a bit of a wiggle, but not ideal. Now I am looking into getting power options, which I'll go into in a bit, so hopefully I won't need to do that on a regular basis. So again, I got the 504 Manfrotto style plate at the bottom of the cage, so then this then just slides in and then just locks in just like that. So I can just pick this rig up, plop it on, tripod or whatever, by there. Cool. Let's take a Coke break. What we got, so this is it so far. All right, let's attach a monitor. I have the Feelworld, it's an F5, kind of the exact model number, but it's a 5-inch LCD field monitor. It's got different functions on there, so the main ones being false colors and focus peaking and you know, grid lines, stuff like that. So I'll probably end up upgrading to the Folka field monitors, as they have better features such as the ability to load LUTs. So that will definitely come in handy. But for now, this is a pretty good little monitor. Decent screen quality. Again, has those features which you maybe need a field monitor for, like false colors and blah blah blah. So let's attach this. So I've got a Small Rig, kind of a dual bullhead thing to attach things such as a field monitor. So that just screws on the top there, or anywhere that, for that matters, you know, it just goes in there. Chuck this on the side. This does come with an L bracket, this monitor, hence why there's no thread at the bottom. But that is pretty cool actually, because you can get it in better angles. So, for example, actually, I got it on the wrong side. Pretty snazzy, and lock that into place. Now this does have HDMI ports on the side, unlike my 7-inch monitor, which has them underneath, and when they're underneath, that can be a bit finicky to get access to. So I much prefer, and that's why I like the Folka ones as well, because they have all the ports on the side, so it's easily, you can easily see where you're putting in the HDMI. And then, so this is a coiled HDMI lead. So full HDMI to the mini HDMI, not the micro. It's the one up from the smallest HDMI port. Okay, so far, so good. Let's put a lens on. So I'm going to put this lens on. This is my, put it over there. Show this camera. This is a Sunagore 135mm. This is a vintage lens, obviously. I've adapted this to Canon. Put a little kind of focus gear on there too. This lens was very, very cheap off eBay. I think it cost me nearly 30 quid. But I gotta say, I'm very impressed with the overall quality of this lens, being how cheap and how old it is. You get a lovely filmic look with this lens. So, but I'll put this on for now. Put the lens cap here. put on our focus system. This is a Fodka DP500. Very good focus system, very well made. You got the hard stops here. You can put in A and B hard stops to make racking focus a lot easier. If you're doing it obviously manually. Right there, you can adjust the tension or the resistance underneath here. There's a screw there. Very well built. And what I like about it as well is obviously if you've got all the rigs set up, it would be a pain in the ass to adjust this. You'd have to take off everything in front, like the mat box and everything, to get this off. But as you can see here, this kind of clamps on, so you don't have to take everything off the front of the rig. You can just loosen it up and then unclip it off. So I might need to give a bit more room up front. One thing I will end up buying is probably rods where I can attach kind of connectors and extend the rods or the rails out, so that'll be easy if I got like a shoulder pad or something I want to put on the back. But anyway, so for now, let's put this on. You can see there, but yeah, that just clamps on here. And then once you're happy with the positioning, you just literally tighten that up. And then at the bottom, tighten that up too. Yeah, so that just clamps on, tighten it up there, tighten it up down the bottom, and there we go. Let's find our end point. Put that by there. You can take these out as well, and they do have a white kind of rim down the bottom as well, so you can mark it on the side here. So if you've got somebody pulling focus for you, you can obviously, and this is magnetic and comes off too. There's also another gear size here. If you need a bigger gear size, it comes with the actual system. So you can customize that, and you can swap the gear from the back to the front, obviously depending on the lens and what have you. So you can kind of customize it to fit most. But yeah, really nice fluid motion, really lovely. Yeah, I can't fault this system, to be honest. There you go. That's our focus system. That's our focus system looking nice and set up. Next, we're going to put on the mat box. Now, this is the Fodka DP300. It comes with the band doors, top, left, and right. I've taken those off for now, but this is a swing away system, so makes things a lot easier when you change your lenses. You can just, if it's on the rig, you can just swing it out and then change up your lens. It's got two trays. One comes out, one doesn't. It takes 4x4 filters, and you get some really affordable filters for this. I bought the Kokin filters off Amazon. I think they cost about 50 quid for the ND2 for 6 and 8, I think. Just to get me started in terms of ND filters, there are better ND filters and other 4x4 filters which you can buy, and they get quite expensive, but then they're far better quality than your variable filters which you can get for your lenses. The build quality isn't the best. It's quite cheap. I have noticed that these little Allen screws at the bottom to tighten the flags on either side on the top, these do actually come out, and I haven't lost one yet, but I've got a feeling they are going to get lost at some point. So I'm a little bit wary of the build quality of this. Like I said, it is pretty cheap, but very affordable. I had to get this from China. This cost me about 130 quid, and it's good for that price. But I think at some point I may have to just bite the bullet and buy one of those more expensive ones. But for now it's fine. As I'm dealing with vintage lenses, mainly for filming, like, you know, narrative films, conscious of the coatings of the lenses and the flare up, so not always desirable to have crazy flares going on in a scene. So it's good to have a matte box, and also I can have better filtration with the 4x4 filters, and I can stack those up with IRs or CPLs or whatever. So anyway, this will attach. Oh yeah, I've also put this lens sleeve, I guess you'd call it. So this does come with donuts to fill the gap around the lens and the actual matte box hole. So it'll stop any light coming in from behind the camera and then bouncing off the filter inside and then affecting the image you're getting through the lens. But I prefer to have something like this where I can put pretty much any lens in and have it covered, rather than matching up, you know, ring donuts and then swapping them out for each lens. So this cost, it's a camera, I think it's German, if I remember rightly. This is a camera 1, so I think it's £15 from Germany, I think, so definitely worth getting one of those. Anyway, so this just fits on the front. I'm realising I should have put this on a fucking tripod. And then the lens hood kind of goes over the front of the obviously the lens. Once that's in place, just tighten it up. You can adjust on the side the height of the matte box too, with a little switch there. So again, depending on your rig and how high it is, you can go up and down and whatnot. All right, so far so good. Looking like a pro camera. Right. One of the last things, power options. Now, this camera obviously is a GH2, and you can get dummy batteries for the GH2. Most of the dummy batteries that I found, they only attach to like a DC coupler that attaches to like a UK plug or a EU plug or whatever you are in the world. So basically you can run the camera off of power mains. Now ideally, I found a GH2 or that kind of style battery, I forgot what it's called now, but the same battery for the G7. I found that dummy battery standalone without having the DC coupler, which goes into either a D-tap or a DC power plug that'll go in straight into a V-mount adapter. So I'm finding it difficult to find a power source or a power option where I can connect a dummy battery to a V-mount plate, which is ideally what you want to do for a film cinema rig. I did find one last night. Let me just check on eBay, and it's from a company called, it's not called anything actually. Anyway, so I went on eBay and I put a link in the description. I found one, it's in China again, unfortunately, and it's a DC coupler, D-tap to BLC12 dummy battery DC coupler cable. All right, so then what that'll do then is that'll attach, I'll be able to put the dummy battery in, lead coming out, and I can put that into my V-mount plate, which is here. Losing room on my table. So I'll just take that off. So this is an Andoa V-mount plate. Obviously you can see at the back there is where you slot your V-mount in. 50mm rod adapter there. Slides right on. This has multiple ports. So there's a 15 volt, 12 volt, 7.2 and a 5 volt plus a D-tap connected too. So you're pretty much covered for most things you're going to attach to the camera. I didn't go down the buying a V-mount battery route. I've actually bought this. This is a NPF to V-mount adapter. Now I have a lot of Sony NPF batteries for numerous lights and other things, and obviously field monitors take the Sony NPF batteries too. So I decided it might be more cost effective if I was to buy one of these Sony NPF to V-mount adapters. And I gotta be honest, they're pretty good. So this also, I think, no, this one doesn't, but I got another one. It's a Baxter one, and that has an extra D-tap connected too, which is very useful. So basically this just kind of slots on like this, you can see there, and that allows me then to attach my Sony NPF batteries, which I have quite a few of. I'm going to buy some more. These far higher. These are only 6,000 milliamps, which is not the most powerful, but they will give you far more run time than just your bog standard B12 battery for the G2. Plus, obviously, it'll power everything you need to power it as well. This is a bit awkward. There we go. So, tighten that up. So you just tighten that up. Chuck this on the back, like so. Good thing about this plate as well, you've got a button there. You can see that you can get a sense of power levels of the batteries too. So obviously I haven't got the battery, the dummy battery to put into the V-mount plate. Otherwise that would power this would power the camera as well as everything else I attach to the rig. So, but that should be coming soon. And then, but as it is for now, it's just going to run off the battery with inside the camera. So you get about an hour or so, depending on how long you're shooting for and what else. Most of these V-mount battery plates do come with plenty of cable, so I do have one for my monitor. Now this is a 5 volt, no, sorry, a 12 volt monitor. So I literally just plug that in, wrap around the excess cables here, and then should be enough to slap in the back on the side here. Just move this back out of the way. Just realised there's not got a battery in it. Oh god, right, so this hasn't got a battery in it, but never mind, you can see what's going on here. All right, so that's powered up with the V-mount. Everything is pretty much powered up here. I can control my focus here. Like I said, you could then get longer rails at the back, and you could put like a shoulder pad here, so, and then maybe have a bit of excess on the front. So then it's just a case of being able to throw handles on the front of the map box, and then you can put it straight on your shoulder, and effectively you've got a shoulder rig as well. So very versatile, very customizable. Looks pretty cool, got to be honest. So yeah, that's pretty much the GH2 rig. Yeah, I'll put as many links as I can in the description of this video. So I hope that was useful, hope that was helpful. Yeah, thanks for watching.